I think you're still offline. Oh,
Nope.
no, no,
No.
there you are. There you go.
All
Okay.
right. Hello, everyone. This has been a bit of a scuffed tournament so far for me because I've been struggling to like set up the new stream setup. Um, but I think we have set it up enough that I can run a stream without it falling apart. So you know.
Truly the ideal.
Yes.
I Now that I'm looking at it on Twitch, I'm reminded of just how much I love this profile image. It's so great. I'm really stick with it. Do we have? Okay, there are people watching. Exciting. This. Go back to chat. It says we're at 95. Okay, I didn't realize we've had that many stratospheres, but time flies, I suppose.
It has been 95. That's kind of crazy. That's like, I mean, we've been running Stratospheres for over 2 years, which is like kind of
That's
crazy.
really awful to think about. Thanks. Question mark. Hold on. I don't know how to do this on. Hold on. No, no, I have no idea how to do that on my computer. Okay, I was just gonna go use the little bot command to see how long I had been on the server, since some bots have that and some don't.
Mm.
Apps. No command available. Oh, you guys don't have the server info bot. Okay, fascinating.
Just search like when your welcome message in like welcome and boosts was.
Well, I can see that I joined 2022. I just wanted to compare for flexing purposes where that was in the like list in terms of what my ranking is for longest server
Ah,
red.
I see.
It
Well.
was really just for ego purposes, but somehow I think I'll survive without it. Oh, well, we actually have a match. Okay. The
Yes.
Tetra Channel API is down.
Uh,
Okay. Very cool.
too lazy to fix that and or cover it up, so we'll just live with
No,
that.
no, it's perfect. I think it adds to the effect. No one knows what their stats are. No one needs stats are. This is all the relevant information.
I did unless I like did I wait. I'm gonna make sure I didn't like fuck up the usernames because I might actually have just like fucked up the usernames. No, okay, no, we got it right.
I I am kind of confused by the name coldless. Is that just like heat? Like a lack of cold, a coldlessness? Just kind of warm, right?
Perhaps.
Well, if it wouldn't be, that's fine. I'm just, if cold is the absence of heat, then an absence of cold, assuming cold is a tangible thing, would just be kind of warm.
I think that is a logical conclusion.
I'm not going to think too hard about it. Thinking too hard about certain names, cough, cough, poison, drought, leads to some not necessarily cogent conclusions about the universe in which we live. So I'm just gonna move on. Coldless, perfect sense. Love it. Fantastic name. No question asked. Oh, you're in DQ'd. Okay. What do we actually have for this? If only I could figure out how to look through the server. Okay, it's in staff updates or tournament updates. Very cool. Oh, there have already been matches. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, I did literally just get here, so
I think
whoopsies.
alright. Um, we're gonna go into warm up
Oh,
now. If I can find the game scene, there you go.
professionals are in charge.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Colas is building up that LST, getting a quite a big charge ready. Amber will need to have something to defend against that. Colas just not letting up on that like charge building with the Allspin to keep it going. You can see Amber's at a 16 surge, and the surge is, I don't know what you would call it. Like the surge is done, is
Surgeon,
let off.
the surge has been surged, and they have
Indeed.
right back to rebuilding it. Messed up the T spin, but that was a warm up. I hope everyone's warm. Coldless started out warm, apparently, so
Hopefully they're warmer now.
coldless.
One might even say warmer.
Everyone has gotten their bull hoofs out of their way, so
Interesting. Cola started off with a TSS opener into some like all spin.
and Andrew with PCO. Every time I see it, I am saddened about recent PC developments, but coldless with a tiny bit of cheese, but no real problem getting through it. Andrew surges and wins the round. SCPC, so real.
So true.
I forgot that non T spins still keep back to back now. That was confusing for me for a moment.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see when people are able to like use all spins because I don't know, it can lead to some like cool setups.
Honestly, shocked Amber survived that one. But back down they go.
Ooh,
I made a mistake.
yeah. Colas was like really trying to find the Osmonds to keep continuing the backtrack as long as possible, and he was like, it was like kind of a shitty board, but eventually when he had to break, he had built enough to like kill. So I think that was really good play on Coldless's part. Oh, I forgot to ping for stream.
Oh, well, yeah. It'll probably be kind of helpful. Uh,
Ooh, Colas was just some really clean upstack, really building up that back to back. I think Colas has been
and
taking really good advantage of like surge, yeah, and that
uh,
surge was just killer.
the surges, and they've had a lot of those like really weird L spin clears to keep back to back, which is I would not have seen that.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate misdrop from
Wait,
Amber.
hold on. I think. Okay, I think I might have mixed up Amber and Colas in the
No,
previous
they
round.
switched. They definitely
Wait.
switched. I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
They moved around. Yeah, no, I felt the same.
Wait.
We're just gonna move on like that didn't
Why?
happen.
Why does Tetrio do this now? It's so confusing. I actually like. I'm so
And
confused.
and they're back now. So okay.
Is it based on like who's in the lead, or I feel like it's just confusing. I'm so lost.
Amber, maybe not the wisest decision to take that. I forget what they're called. Titan. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
I feel like yeah, Colas is just like keeping that clean stack. Really, like
The
it's
surge
just so
continued.
hard for Amber, and Amber is like, yeah, board is kind of yeah.
Oh, that would have been a PC, I think.
Oh, damn.
Might have been the wrong piece. I don't know.
Hmm. Okay, Amber this time actually building
Amber
up
with
some
some
back.
aggressive that. Okay, that was
Yeah, and the huge spike. Finally,
yeah.
Amber is able to like take advantage of the whole.
266 APM, 512 versus. Okay, thank you, Amber.
Yeah. Yeah, we see Amber really trying to build up the back to back again. Breaking though, so not really getting a huge attack out of that.
Yeah, because it's you need to send three of them, right? Like in order to get the full thing, it sent in the three attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you like, yeah, if you don't have a ton, then like it's just like doesn't send all that much. Ooh, Cole's board is not looking too hot, and Amber still has quite a bit of clean, but Cole just barely manages to survive. And Amber was not able to get the punish off in time.
Amber's starting their own surge attack again. A
Let's
lot
see
of
if
the
they.
fun donation.
Mm-hmm. We see Cold building up their back-to-back again. If Cold can pull off a good backtrack sequence like they have in several previous rounds, this could definitely be death for Amber. Yeah, we see they've already built up 17 and the 26 spike out of the surge.
31 spike. Okay.
31.
And they're right back to it. Okay.
Yeah, that time Amber was prepared and it didn't phase them and it. Ooh, Cold miss dropping there, but Amber doesn't have a
And
great deal of damage.
breakthrough back to back. Okay. That was kind of intense. Oh, coffee grounds in my mouth. Okay.
A nice kill there. Catching Coldest off guard, and we see Amber pulling ahead by a couple points here. Okay, I'm actually paranoid that I'm like commentating the wrong person now.
I mean, unless you wanna take turns, then it's okay.
So
And
great.
Coldless makes it a 1 point lead again. Just one and then the other. Which no complaints from me.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's forced to play as long matches as possible. So
So true.
I'm more than happy with back to back to back.
Ooh, Cole barely managed to
Cold's
bring
a
it down.
not fun position right now, but they do get through it pretty inventively.
Yeah, nice cleanup on their part.
Okay.
Ooh,
And hesitates to find the T-spin, and we're tied again.
yep,
God bless.
close match. What's a tournament if not fatiguing all of the players from excessively long rounds?
It's not fatigue. You're making them earn their victories. That's all.
So true. Yeah, Ember's like attacks forced Cole to break back to back earlier.
And there's a super.
Ooh.
The 19 fight definitely pretty solid, but Cold finds the well just in time.
Ooh, Cole, yeah, just found those like great attacks right there and was able to top out Amber. And they switch again. I'm going to get confused again.
Triple double opener. Real.
The 180 TSS from Cold.
Cold just stacking on top of the hole. Truly the my favorite approach. Two thumb avail though. They do get a solid spike out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cold was really strong keeping back to back, including with some really cool all spins. And we see that here. Cold already at back to back times 15, 16, 17, 18.
Oh,
Most
might
triple
have to break
sliding
here.
and break. The surge wasn't quite enough to kill, but it topped or it sent enough garbage to Amber that the following spike killed.
Goldless now with their own small but not non-existent lead. Amber is oh boy. that's a position to be in, to be sure. Not really sending all that much APM yet, but Goldless is well, it's really hesitant to break back to back there. End up having to do it anyway.
Ooh, Amber's misdrop there. How unfortunate. Gonna be a struggle to. Never mind. Able to get another T-spin out of
Gonna be a struggle to or not, just another T-spin, just more T-spin fuel. Okay.
that? This is true X plus gameplay, guys. It's seeing two X plus players right here.
I'm never gonna adjust to X plus. I will. It just sounds like it's I don't know. X was cool. X plus just sounds a bit extra. Mm.
Yeah, Cole is beginning to build at the back-to-back again. We've seen how it can be really dangerous when Cold builds a big back to back, but does have to cancel out of it or break it. Break it, I guess.
Break it, cancel it, abandon it. Abandon sounds kind of mean, but that
Ooh,
was an interesting Z spin. I would. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, the like ZS spin triples, like the goofy ones, are always really fun to see. It's one thing I'll enjoy about the like all spin change is like we can see more of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we see. Oh, Cold
That's a
reset.
very unfortunate series of. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber is able
And
to just.
6-7. It's only a 1 point lead again.
This is proving to be a very, very close match. Definitely exciting to see. Amber building up the, or both players actually building up back to back here. But Cold greeting too hard as Amber broke and was able to kill with that.
We're tied.
We are in fact tied. Yeah, it seems like Cold does have some like really impressive back to back, but sometimes it can also be to their detriment when they, you know, greed a little too hard for it. Ooh, Amber really struggling at the top of the board there, but bursting to get down.
Oh no, Coldest unfortunately kind of misdrops that last T spin up right at the top of their board.
Hmm.
Man, get through it fine, but
Yeah, we see Cold building up that back to back again. Amber in a really dangerous spot. Just trying to get through whatever they can, but it's not enough. Nice STSD from Cold there. They're continuing to build a back-to-back, seamlessly transitioning the well, while Amber is at the surge disadvantage, but Cold breaks
Cold.
it.
I will say, you're an admin or whatever. You know Tetris. What does a little like -12 or negative whatever mean when it appears at the top of their board? What is that supposed to signify?
So that's like the surge disadvantage. So if you're, say, if you have like no surge and your opponent has built up, you know, like a 12 surge, like that's like waiting to be detonated, I guess. Then it will show up, and it only shows up when you're at least a 8 surge disadvantage. So if they just start building their surge, it won't show up. But once you're at an 8 disadvantage, it'll show up. So and also like if you have like, you know, like a 10 surge built up and your opponent has a 20 surge built up, then it'll show -10. So it's like the difference between your guys' surge is 10.
Yeah, see, you thought I would be coming here to commentate, and in reality, I'm just using you to figure out how this game works again.
Yeah. We see both players building up some back-to-back here. But Amber breaking and forcing Cold to break as well. And in the end, we didn't really see too much garbage get exchanged.
There's a lot of very solid low board gameplay going on right now.
Some people have noticed, or some people have kind of talked about how rounds seem to last a bit longer under this new game set compared to Season 1.
I'll also say, especially, there's a lot more of the it's not over until the fat lady sings type of thing, where you'll try commenting and be like, this person just received a 40 spike and they're at the top of their board, and they got down just fine. Like, okay, that was really interesting to watch. It's over. It's over. It's over. Actually, everyone's fine.
Yeah, it's like, even though Surge can be thought of as like an offensive thing, right? Like you're trying to send like a big spike to your opponent. It's actually a really good defensive tool as well, because like if you have a big Surge built up and your opponent sends you a big spike, you can just break back to back and you'll be able to like cancel it.
Yeah, like if you don't have a proper counter built up for it, you can just place a piece and send like 20 lines back, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so like if you are able to, just build up a big back to back in your game, then like you can just like pretty much guarantee that you won't die. But anyway,
Match.
we see match point. Amber ahead by 1 point, but Cold can definitely catch up here. And we're going for that SDPC spin. Cold not in the best of positions, but never mind, getting down.
Never mind getting it. Exactly. That's just the entire experience. Not in the best of. Never mind. Cold building up and then breaking their back to back, but Amber seemingly gets through it fine. Has a little bit of clean, but Coldless might be able to punish them for it, and no. Nope, Amber's fine. Amber's fine. We're still fine.
Yeah. Now we got both players with a pretty clean board, so we'll probably see them try to do some back to back now.
Cold continuing to try to do some back to back. Amber breaks a while, and now so does Cold actually.
Interesting C-spin setup from Amber, not taking the second T-spin though. Sending quite a bit of garbage to Cold, but he's able to cancel it all just fine. Amber not with the greatest board, but Cold doesn't really have too much to punish just yet. But he's gonna start building that back-to-back maybe? Which could definitely be deadly.
I think they got a little bit greedy with that one. They make probably the smart decision there of breaking back to back.
Yeah, didn't see a T coming up soon, so had to break. Ooh, big spike for Coldless.
25 spike, and Amber is not able to get down.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We are at tiebreaker.
All right, tiebreaker. First match of the day. Ooh, Cold
and
starting
Coldless immediately misdrops tiebreaker. Okay, well, this is probably still recoverable for them.
Yeah, able to get through, and because the Amber's board is not looking great now either, which gave Cold plenty of time. Amber is the one who's really needs to get through quickly. And game, Amber was not able to recover.
That's probably been like the shortest game of the set.
But yeah, that was really unfortunate because like we saw Cold with an early misdrop, so it was like, is it Amber's turn to like punish? But then we saw Amber like misdrop, and it was kind of all just went downhill from there for Thumb.
Definitely
Um,
a fun game to watch as they both miserably grind to tiebreaker. That was enjoyable.
Absolutely. As commentators, we enjoy when the players suffer.
That is actually the one thing that convinces me to get up and commentate. Actually,
But yeah, actually using the top 8 bracket? No way.
real. I am on the bracket. Hold on. Yeah, let me change the bracket setting. And oh, would you look at that? It's basically the same bracket. That's
So if you're too lazy to go open the challenge, you can look at this. Um, Although the true work was really done by Azura, who grinded these stream graphics like on the last day because I sent her. Okay, on the last day before like Radiant 100 because I sent her the files like 2 days before Radiant 100. So uh uh um kind of an int on my part.
I'm missing. I don't think there is, but like harassment but positive. Yeah, go do that to Azura. Positively harassed in thanks of these wonderful facets.
Absolutely, Azura is the goat.
Harass parentheses positive. Yep, that's a thing.
Absolutely.
I think now. Who do we have? Oh, okay. I forget. I can just look at the channel and see who we have next. I'm fantastic at my job. Very, very exciting. The masses will love to see it, I'm sure.
Yes, I am currently setting up the
Well, you
seeding
would
right now.
boil it, so let them wonder.
Absolutely. Any guesses? It may or may not be extremely obvious. There's like only one like actual option.
Yeah. No. Well, no, no. There's plenty of options. Look at the bracket. There's so
I
many
guess you could
players.
say there are a
They
few.
could.
Well, anyway, yippee.
It could be hypothetically one of like three whole things.
Well, anyway, it will be flying diarrhea and Corpy.
Mr. Corp.
Corp. All right, let me get this.
Prediction result is coldless, but no one voted. Love to see it. Love
Yeah.
to see it. Nobody thought this would happen. Okay, well, nobody thought it wouldn't happen technically. So I have a lot of channel points.
Damn.
I'll be doing nothing with them.
True. Just hoarding the channel points. All right. Neither player wants warm up, so we're gonna go straight into the match. I'm gonna read off some stats of them so we have some context.
Because no one can see them. Yeah,
Flying
probably should.
Diarrhea is 22366 TR, number 8 in the world. Corpy is 21088 TR, number 85 in the world. Uh, Flying Diarrhea is X plus rank, and Corpy is X rank. Anyway, we are starting the match now. Flying Diarrhea starting off with a PC, even though it's not rewarded as much in this game mode, but I guess it did set him up with like a clean board, so. I will say, Corpy is very good at all spins, so we might see some goofy
I
all
was gonna
spins.
say a lot of those I would literally never have thought of. So
Yeah. I've seen a bit of like Corpy all spin action from like Nutris before. Oh,
right,
but Corpy, yeah, Corpy missed that spin there.
Nuctress has that worm thing, right? That's what it's
It
called.
does in fact have a worm thing.
Okay.
The players switched sides and it screwed me up. And Flying Area going for
No.
the TST tower.
I mean, okay, I guess it worked, but it shouldn't have.
Eventually, Corby had to break back to back, but Flying Diarrhea had to break back to back. But Corby here is still keeping. Corby definitely has great back to back vision as well, so we can see that in action. It would be very impressive. Yeah. But right now, Flying Diarrhea is the one with the bigger back-to-back chain and about to break it. And sends a lot after as well, but Corby just managing to survive all of that.
Oh god, does Corby have that like slow soft drop? Of course they do. Okay.
Yeah.
I am not shocked by this, but I am still horrified.
Yeah, now we see Flying Diarrhea setting up a back-to-back again. I think might have missed drop, but luckily was able to spin instead of break it. And I feel like, I think from what I've seen, like Flying Diarrhea's back-to-back game is really good. Corpy is like really trying to set up.
25 back to back right now.
Yeah, I mean that's like if he breaks, that's a full board. And yeah, right
And
there.
yeah, it was actually. Corpy manages to survive the full board, but misplaces the eye, so
Yeah.
survives the eye misdrop. What a sight.
Ooh, Flying Area
Oh,
got the
farm
little
diarrhea.
miss drop. Not looking too hot. Corby didn't have the greatest of boards, but really just wanted to get that kill out. So, and it was successful.
Oh, Corpy's back to this side now. Okay.
Ooh, Corby sending a huge spike, but it doesn't phase Flying Diarrhea at all. I think one thing I'll miss is that I feel like people will use like less like traditional spikes and will use more like back-to-back surge spikes. And I always really enjoyed seeing like the kind of combos that people pull off into like multiplier for like the sort of like traditional spikes.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. I don't know. I've yet to make up my mind on whether or not I'm a fan of the surgeons.
Mm-hmm. I think okay. I like the change only because it kind of buffs me. So I'm kind of stupid.
Okay.
And
That's,
I
that's fair, I guess. But
because I love pattern stacking back to back. Like pattern stack 7-2 or pattern stack 5-4 is like my favorite. 6-3 less so because I don't practice 6-3. But so like if I can get into a pattern stack, I can really take advantage of like surge. But like I'm less good at just like finding multiplier because like I said, I'm kind of stupid.
if you're kind of stupid, I'm honestly worried about my placement in the world. So.
Ooh, I think Flying Diarrhea actually like misjudged the like height of their like TST overhang, but it's able to kill anyway.
DT cannon? No.
No way.
Awful.
I will. Oh my god, the TST tower. I will say some people have said that this change kind of buffs DT because of like the all spin change. So like you can keep back to back
Huh.
out of like DT because usually like a lot of people will do, I don't know if you know, but like a lot of people do like the J spin out of like after the DT and then that
Yeah.
would just like break. But like now that would keep back to back. So
Have those people considered that DT Cannon is really, really ugly? Just like this opener?
you're so right.
I mean, it really is not aesthetically pleasing to look at. Okay, okay. Thank you, Flying Diarrhea. Very helpful. The moment I say that, they go to set up a second DT. Okay, very cool.
Yeah, Corby's got a bit of a back-to-back advantage here, but definitely not something Flying Diarrhea couldn't make up. Especially considering Flying Diarrhea is going, you know, at half a PPS faster than Corby.
Corby with the 22 back-to-back, then.
He's getting all those
What?
all spins.
Oh my god. Okay, this is actually really, really cool to watch.
This might actually be the killing spike. And the 44 spike.
Wow. Okay.
That was some great gameplay by Corby there. Yeah, I feel like with Corby's like, you know, all spin knowledge and stuff, like he is or is a bit, they're a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to like just like general gameplay since they are like a bit slower. But
Flying Diarrhea is absolutely pretty killer with the all spin stuff too, but Corby is, man,
yeah,
that was wild to watch.
I feel like if Corby can like, you know, get another one of those like crazy back-to-back sequences, like that would definitely be the condition in which they could like kill.
I mean, yeah, 49 spikes are kind of hard to live through.
Even for X plus players.
Even for them, who are, surprisingly, our reports confirm, still humans. So,
But yeah, now we see Flying Diarrhea with the back-to-back, and we've definitely seen that he can pull off a nasty back-to-back. So like, cleaning up there. Oh my god, I actually need to absorb some of their all spin knowledge. Like.
real. Just go with that's the real reason you're commentating, to spy on their all spin ability and take them.
So true.
Selfish Tetris commentary. Another TST tower. Okay.
I feel like Flying Diarrhea has done a lot of TST towers, which are definitely like they're like
Are
they're
they
like
ever
smart.
worth it though?
Like at least like he pulls it off and doesn't like die doing them, you know. I feel like it's kind of a meme in like lower ranks because people often like die trying to pull it off, but like he's able to actually like do it smartly, which is like kind of crazy.
It's definitely
Oh
very
God.
more just saying, like, if you had the amount of time to do it, would it like
Yeah.
actually be worthwhile to do it and not a different setup? But I mean, if you're good at it, then by all means, which Flying Diarrhea is clearly.
Yeah. DT? No way.
I'm choosing to ignore the presence of
Into
DT.
the PC? Crazy gameplay?
The PC honestly might be worth the forgiveness. So 31 spike from Corby, which Flying Diarrhea very barely manages to live through and is cleaning all the way down, but their down stacking gives Corby time to build up this nice little back-to-back. Unless Corby also breaks the back-to-back.
And now Flying Diarrhea is setting up a back-to-back.
2 to 6, they might not actually suffer for as long as one might hope. There is still plenty of time, though. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, fine area just going at that 6-3. Corby does have a bit of a weird board. Can get a big spike out of that. Ooh. But oh my god, Flying Diarrhea is a slight misdrop, but still able to burst out a bunch of back-to-back before getting around to cleaning that up. Yeah, Flying Diarrhea is like, some of his like all spin fixes are like kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, like I was saying earlier, they're like Corby is obviously stand out at it, but Flying Diarrhea is very good too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. I've seen so many like ZS spin triples, and it's like it's kind of what the hell, the I spin from Corby.
Flying Diarrhea getting up to the 10 back to back and doesn't have to send a surge to kill.
Yeah, Corby had a little bit of a misdrop, so it's kind of tough to live that. PC
He's
from Corby? Is this
we
season one?
hashtag bring back perfect clear. Flying Diarrhea with some very solid spikes there, but Corby is managing to get down so far.
Oh my god, I need to like actually look at Twitch because someone rated and I did not notice.
Wow, you're terrible.
Thank you,
Morally,
Xrazok for the raid. Let me do that
more
shout out.
repugnant. So ungrateful for your supporters.
I'm so bad at like streaming. Like I don't understand like
I'm so bad at streaming. Founder of an extremely large Tetris streaming tournament.
oh I'm not the one actually running the streams most of the time, you know? I force other people to do that. I just tell people to do stuff.
Okay, that's almost like a skill.
Flying Diarrhea bursting out a million back to back at a million pieces per second.
I appreciate the sentiment, Corby. Interrogator in chat, I recognize them because they beat my ass in a Taz U once.
Damn, that's crazy.
Three nine. Okay, so Corby is still around, still present with us to this day. Flying Diarrhea still in an SDPC loop. No. Okay. Thank you for breaking it. For saving us from being subject to another TST tower. The audience is in your debt. Flying Diarrhea misdrops the eyepiece that probably could have ended the match. Now Flying Diarrhea is back to the bottom of their board.
Ooh, a Flying Diarrhea is
No, I said I said flying diarrhea. I meant Corby, I think. No back to back really on Corby's side, but oh, oh, we're getting some. We have five now.
And flying diarrhea's board not looking too hot.
It's Flying Diarrhea's board was honestly impressive because they have the outline of a Z piece completely surrounded on all sides.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, to be entirely honest.
Flying diarrhea PC looping? Oh, never mind, not looping. I thought they were gonna loop, but they got two PCs.
They didn't see an easy follow up there, so honestly, I don't think I saw one either. But I'm also not very good at PCs, so.
Yeah.
Flying Diarrhea putting the surge to the good work of keeping them alive. Misdrop that J piece though, which
Yeah, it seemed like a double input, which was really unfortunate. Because they like 180'd and then like 180'd again. Ooh, the like 3D cannon from Flying Diarrhea question mark?
I forget. Yeah, I have no idea what it's called. Like King Crimson or 3D Cannon or whatever. They all have weird, silly names.
Yeah, Flying Diarrhea once again bursting out a million back to back at a million pieces per second. And yeah, we're at match point already. The garbage PC from Flying Diarrhea, but Corby lives.
We believe in you, Corpy. Draw out the game as long as possible.
So true. Oh, but Corby misdropping.
Oh no. Okay. Well, my early congratulations to Flying Diarrhea and a valiant effort from Corby.
Yeah, Corby still fought really hard. We definitely saw some really impressive gameplay from both players.
5 points is yes, it is. Yep, 5 points is so many. I support you. Quick question, so I know how I can pronounce it wrong in future. Is it interrogator or interrogator? Personally, kind of an interrogator fan. It's a different angle, but
How
you
else
know,
can you think I could pronounce it?
interrogator.
So true, interrogator.
Interrogator might be the winner. Fun little noise this Tetrio app makes. Honest to God proof that elevator music gets too much shit. unrelated to literally anything. Maybe I should be using different achievements.
Yeah. Definitely take a look at
You don't have any, and you're a global. Oh no, you do. They're just above the global moderator. Okay, of course it
that.
is. 179 Planck. I'm not going to think about that one any longer.
I used to be. I was top 10 at one point when I grinded the beginning of like achievements. That's why I put it on there,
I,
but I'm no longer top 10.
I've been going slow with it because I've maxed quite a few people who absolutely destroyed me, and I have a very sensitive ego, and I don't want to lose U rank. I don't know that I can handle being SS again.
Real. Anyway, warm up time. Oh shit, I need to do predictions.
No one voted. I don't know why.
No, people did vote.
Did people
Someone vote.
actually vote on this one?
Some people voted for Corpy. I don't know who. I didn't check.
Okay. Well, it's more than I gave credit for, so fair enough.
Everyone gamble. Please gamble. It's funny when everyone gambles.
Gambling also contributes to my education, so even if you're not directly, the addiction will inevitably fund it. So I appreciate any and all efforts to that end.
You know, I actually I kind of gambled, kind of. Okay.
Yes, I see it.
Like unironically, okay? Because
Okay.
what happened was I was hanging out with a bunch of people, and I don't know if I should say who, a particular individual. So there was like a lottery machine there, and a particular individual was like, oh my god, what if we gambled? So he got like a bunch of like $1 like $2 tickets, and then I scratched off one of them.
Is I do have a quick question. Is seeing like slot machines special to you? There
I
is there is a slot machine.
okay. Um, I
There
get
is a
your
slot
props.
machine. There is a slot machine in the 7-Eleven outside my house.
Oh my god, average average Vara interaction.
There are slot machines in pizza stores, in grocery stores. Is that like a special thing for you to come across a slot machine?
I well okay. So I came across it was just like a lottery thing, but like I don't think I really see slot machines because I'm pretty sure it's like illegal here
That's
for
so
like
lame. Let
to
people gamble away their retirement fund if they want to. That's their right. Interrogator kind of ate with that round. I'll be honest. That was
well we talked about gambling.
look. It was very relevant somehow.
Yes. The moral of the story is gamble your
Gamble.
channel points. Yes.
I think we should just go with gamble. Channel
Yeah.
points, college funds, whatever makes your heart sing.
Anyway, Interrogator here building up a little bit of back to back, but breaking. But HX Ice Cream was just high enough that wasn't able to defend against that.
I was hoping that was going to be a jigsaw. I'm going to be honest. It's a stick skin, but I was praying for a jigsaw from HX. My prayers have not been answered, but they do take the round. I hesitated to say it because maybe interrogator would have gotten down, but no, that would.
We see the SDPC versus stick battle.
a truly eternal fight in the history of Tetris, in which there is an obvious right answer. And it's called the one that I hate slightly less.
Mm.
Everyone's down at the bottom of their board, just peace and vibes and good feelings for everyone.
You see Interrogator doing a good job of like finding back-to-back continuations.
And the moment, okay, can chalk that one up to a commentator, whatever. I don't keep up with the
No.
lingo. Yeah, you MS2 that guy. And HX Ice Cream just openers it, and we're 2-2. I know you, Mister Guy in the chat. You do not, in fact, get HJU. You get me, and I'm way more special because I'd never do anything. So it's like a celestial event. Everyone has their opener. Everyone's happy with their openers. Oh, and Taro goes for the PC on that one, and we go into DPC. Gets a double quad too, so pretty lucky so far. I don't think they have a beat back to back setup, and they apparently agreed with me. HX Ice Cream just really having to get down now. No rush, but maybe a little rush. Okay, they rush. They rush. We're here.
Yeah, we got Interrogator building up a back-to-back. Looks fairly clean still. Breaking. Is it enough to kill? It is.
HX gets off a decent stick spike, but Intero actually lives this one. Um, A lot of skimming on Interrogator's side for the moment, which that misdrop does not help. HX Ice Cream pulled off a pretty fun back-to-back continuation a little bit ago, but it's currently not able to really send any pressure. Oh, or oh, that's a kind of unfortunate eyepiece misdrop for Interrogator, but HX Ice Cream does not seem to have any punishment, so Interrogator, once again, pretty high up. No easy, clean down stack. But HX Ice Cream not really sending much at them, so.
Okay, HS Ice Cream kind of beginning an LST, sorta. Never mind, not really continuing
Like a pseudo LST.
yet.
Interrogator getting their back to back really up and running. Breaks it, but it happened. Right. Oh god, we're almost 4 minutes in. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh,
Yeah, we've been going at it for a while. So whoever are we gonna hit four? We're gonna hit four. They're close. They're okay.
oh my
HX
god.
Heist survives. We might actually get to the 4 minute mark. I think we will.
Oh my god.
59, 4 minutes. Okay, so
Finally, Interrogator getting the kill.
FCPC stick spin. 6-2 for Intero. So this, I think we were at 6-2 at some point with Corby flying diarrhea. So
Mm-hmm.
this one may go differently. Interrogator takes their seventh round with a 3 PPS, 150 APM blitz. Okay. We're starting again. All right, we have the same openers. Will we have a different outcome? Only time will tell.
Interrogator had a nice back to back there. Was able to kill at that pressure.
Hmm. Interrogator still kind of hammering away at the back to back button. They are kind of high up, but
Ooh, yeah, Interrogator just barely getting out of that tough spot at the top while HX Ice Cream didn't really send.
Interrogator taking another round, 2 points away. HX Ice Cream kind of lagging behind, but
Mm-hmm.
HX Ice Cream does go for a different opener this time, so our prayers have been answered on that front.
Yeah. We see Interrogator building up the back-to-back once again. Definitely something they've been doing in quite a bit of this set. And the Kaidon as well.
Seven back to back on Interrogator. HX Ice Cream holding up pretty decently, but has not really been sending much of their own. Match point for Interrogator.
Ooh, slight misdrop from Interrogator, but cleaning it up.
Hmm. Interrogator upstacking pretty decently. It was at least. HX Ice Cream kind of an unfortunate position.
Yeah.
Does not escape it. And so it goes to Interrogator.
GG's. 11-2.
GG. Me look at our fun little bracket, our brackety bracket.
True. Alright. Let me get the versus screen up and then we will be ready to go.
Lots of fun rounds ahead.
Alright, so we'll be seeing Corpy and Interrogator now.
A return of the Great Corp. No,
Indeed.
just straight to it then.
GLHF from both sides.
Is there like an anti GLHS that I can use, like Bad Luck Have Misery?
I've seen Bad Luck No Fun.
Okay, I'll have to keep that one in mind.
Corpy starting off with a nice back-to-back. Yeah, Interrogator just has no defense against that.
That was kind of a lightning first round. Corpy with a TSS. Mr. Irrigator with no real line of defense.
Ooh, the S spin from Corpy keeping back to back.
Interrogator doing a nice job of that too, actually. They're both at 11
Yeah.
so far.
And Corpy breaks, forcing Interrogator to break as well.
A nice 17 spike from Corpy, nicely canceled out by Interrogator, but that was kind of greedy to go for the T-spin there, but all right. It worked out for him. Interrogator hanging on very barely. Oh, that one was definitely closer. Also a lot longer than the first two. So
Mm-hmm.
may that be a trend that continues. Wouldn't want this to be too one-sided. Interrogator missed dropping the four wide. Kind of unfortunate. Lives through it, but no four wide gameplay for us today. Interrogator has the little behind surge warning now. That's not an exceptional sign. They're not absurdly high up on their board or anything, but
The 19 back to back, kind of crazy. Interrogator may be cooked.
23. It's gonna be a
I sp-
nightmare with break.
Yeah. It's not looking too hot for Interrogator.
It's 33. It's 35.
Doesn't even need the surge to kill.
That's so mean. Okay.
Oh my god.
44 back to back, no surge.
Oh my god. This Interrogator here really trying to get that back to back.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of a do or die for them with regards to getting back to back. I think last year was something they're going to want to avoid happening again. Need back to back to stop back to back.
Indeed.
Speaking of back to back, Corpy again. We're at 12. Oh, they break. They have to break.
We're getting right back into the swing of things. Ooh, no, the eyepiece misdrop from Interrogator.
126 APM at 2.28. I'd play it 2.28. I think I'm maybe 2/3 of that APM. That was horrifying.
Core P APP goes crazy. So interesting. Oh my god, the gravity spin from Corpy. Bro, I actually need to like absorb some of Corpy's all spin knowledge. It's like kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Can we just like learn from osmosis, just spending enough time around Corby?
Oh, interior's board not looking too hot. But Corpy doesn't quite have the kill, so lives to see another day.
Corby breaks a back to back, I assume accidentally, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, getting the kill regardless. Corby just having the most incredible all spin solves for any situation.
Maybe I should play more Nutris Worm.
Oh my god. The all spins are insane. Corby was in a tough spot for a second, but Interior didn't have anything to punish, so Corby getting all the way down.
9-0 so far. Bit of a slaughter. Can Interrogator prevent a sweep? Remains to be seen. I love remains to be seen as a phrase, by the way. I've overused it so much, but it's so good. Who knows? Not you, not me, not God. It remains to be seen.
Incredible back to back from Corby.
Match point Corby. It's been kind of a slaughter so far.
Yeah.
A little bit brutal to watch, but
Oh my god.
no.
Oh my god. Not the failed Among Us.
Going for Among Us and then failing at the Among Us is crazy. It would have been better to just actually die at that point. Okay, Huxa. I'm gonna go with Huxa ice cream now. Disconnect. What do we have next? Oh,
I did actually forget to warn them. My bad. But
wow.
let me get the.
Your leader, everybody. If the VC in my server dies because you made me commentate, I'm gonna make you help me restart it.
All right. Well, now we have the classic matchup. Truly.
The matchup of time.
Indeed, the matchup of time. Flying Diarrhea versus Coldless.
Was Coldless like formerly known as something else?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, they were like cold with two D's and a low and a wait, cold with two D's. I on Tetra at some point, but not like any other
Okay, I just kill it. I didn't think I had heard of them before, so I was just checking that they weren't secretly someone else.
name.
Not in an insulting way. Just sometimes people change names. That's fine. Okay. I'm looking through the server list because I'm not over my ego question. I can't find too many people who joined before me. I joined apparently the same day as Azura. We're both June 20th. So
I'm pretty sure you would have been one of the first because I invited you like fairly early on. Like this is way before it was public.
yeah. It's why I don't rage quit the server when I'm in my rage quitting server fits because it would destroy the residency streak.
So true.
I am very mindful in my temper tantrums, very reasoned and rational. So.
Mm-hmm,
Mhm.
mm-hmm. The players have not joined the room.
Okay. I went to the welcome message to find who all. Silaris initially joined before me, then Modeling Turtle, the Dementio's waifu bot, which really needs a different name. Jesus Christ. And the actual HN account, then Jed, the Evil Chair, Edge, HJU, Azura, and then me. Okay,
Mm.
I'll be happy with this. This suffices. Neither of them are here, so there's not much else.
Yeah, yeah.
How about airplane food? Question mark. The weather today is wow.
Uh,
It's just
I
wow.
I did a bit of checking, and apparently, Flying Diarrhea is currently in a TL game. So,
Of
so,
course,
um,
that yeah.
average Strato experience.
I should clearly start up a Tetrio game right now and play while I commentate, since that's just a thing people do.
All right, we got Flying Diarrhea in the room.
That's one of them. It's one of the
That is
two.
in fact one of them.
I don't know with regards to the accomplishments why it sorts the way it does, because I decided to play Blitz, just for the Blitzer accomplishment.
Uh huh.
And the Blitz score that it gave me for that run is 770,000. And I seriously doubt there are 4,000 people with a score higher than that, but for some reason it shows up as number 4,188. So is it ordered by like residency, by who got it first and not the score for that one?
Oh, I'm not sure. I know sometimes the like ranking is a bit borked or has been, but I don't know if it's been like fixed. I have no idea.
Okay, I just, it hurts my very sensitive feelings that the game is not telling everyone how cool and awesome my blitz score is. So this is clearly in need of rectifying. We have both of them. We have both of them. Game changing moment. I mean, literally.
Oh, I think it's because the achievement is like not like how many points you got in one blitz game, but how many points you have in like every blitz game played since achievements start like dropped.
Seriously? Oh my god, that's awful. So I play a blitz game where I get 770k, and it's wow. Okay. So not mad. So not mad. That's awful. I'm gonna have to start spamming blitz games again.
Uh-oh. Anyway, warm up. Got the PC
I'm
from
I'm,
Flying
I'm
Area.
counting that the PC as a tribute to my struggles, and so I thank you, Mr. Diarrhea.
Mr. Diarrhea is crazy.
Mr. Diarrhea.
Oh my god, Cold getting the crazy spike.
I hope everyone's nice and warmed up now. That's all the warm up you get. Oh, it's the first seed versus the second seed. Very
It
cool.
is, in fact. It is winners final, so this determines who will get to grand finals um, on the
Like
winner side.
Corby or Amber. The goal is so real.
The full goal is so true. Yeah, we see Flying Diarrhea getting the back to back already.
180
Cold.
teaspoon. See it?
180 teaspoons are always super slack. I love 180 teaspoons.
They're the 180 teaspoon in one of the SD DPCs that I always love to do when I can.
Damn. Also, thank you, the Veggie Dog, for the raid.
Yes, we love veggie dogs. That's not actually official policy. Don't quote me. Flying diarrhea was wow. I was gonna say an incredible spike, and then while I said it, they sent another spike that killed. So
Truly. We got the piece. Oh, Flying Diarrhea has actually been piecing so much. I'm like, is it actually like helpful? 'Cause I feel like it's like kind of unhelpful because you have nothing to work with after that. You have a clean board, but maybe it's more helpful than I give it credit for.
PCs are not a dead art, and I respect everyone continuing to play in their homage. Have an homage in their image. Silly me.
Yeah, we got the 11 back to back from Flying Diarrhea, going at 3.5 PPS. Doesn't even need to get the
Hopeless.
surge off. Yeah.
Oh, that was tiff. BT Cannon, I take back everything nice I ever said about you.
Oh my god, the eye spin from Flying Diarrhea.
Almost kind of awful position right now. Flying Diarrhea does not start pushing back in time.
Cool is just continuing to build up that back to back. Could be dangerous for Flying Diarrhea. Getting off a 25 spike, but Flying Diarrhea lives just fine.
I wouldn't describe that as just fine.
Uh, you're right. Old getting the
Rare.
first point.
I have a suspicious feeling based on these few rounds that this will not be an excruciatingly long game.
Truly unfortunate.
I just not in terms of like one-sided or anything, just some very intense play styles going around.
Oh, Flying
And
Diarrhea not
so,
looking too great. Cleans it up? Question mark? Question mark? Nah.
yeah, you go just 6-3. Openers are for losers.
Yeah, Cold is kind of cooked with that with the missed drop and paired with Flank Diarrhea. It's just like crazy back to back.
Coldwell is just playing a piece per second faster until they got the win. Honestly, respect it. Flying Diarrhea responding to that by then playing a piece per second faster themselves. Love to see it.
So true.
Everyone will just go really fast and no one will know what's happening forever. This is the world Osk has created for your family and your children. Those were a lot of very impressive spins, honestly.
Definitely. Got the DT from Flying Diarrhea again. You know, Cole's just going for the classic LST. Although the LST seems to be a bit scuffed.
No, guys. LSD always has a hole in it. It's for flavor. It's so that the LFT can breathe. You don't want to cut it out. You need a few air holes.
So true. 6-3. Flying Diarrhea already over halfway to a victory. Maybe. As Cold decides to, or ends up being able to come back a little bit. And with Cold's back to back here, it could be his chance. Yeah, Flying Diarrhea is at a bit of a, surge disadvantage. Cold not even needing to surge, just killing from the back-to-back pressure. Yeah, Flying Diarrhea kind of struggling to keep the back-to-back there while Cold is continuing back-to-back even with the all-spin there. Kaidon. Flying Diarrhea actually building up the back-to-back as well, but he is a bit behind, but is going a little bit faster, which may make up his disadvantage. And Cold having to break back-to-back. Flying Diarrhea breaking, but misdropping slightly. I think that misdrop really sealed the deal there.
6-5. It is our 12th game now. We have played 11, and they are pretty neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's probably going to have to break back to back there. Flying Diarrhea is in a very similar situation. They held it on one more time, but yep. Flying Diarrhea hanging on. Coldless a little bit greedy with the eyepiece to the side, trying to keep back to back. Point goes to Flying Diarrhea. Is there a shorter way to say flying? Just diarrhea, FD?
I mean, I feel like most people would just call him Shark.
Okay, I didn't know there was an alternative name that didn't involve me having to repeatedly say diarrhea. So, thank you for not telling me that until now. Really appreciate it. Mr. Shark.
The Shachiku from Flying Dragon? Not
Huh?
enough to survive?
Oh.
Okay, SPC for Flying Dragon?
Coldless hanging on to this back to back.
Going very fast. Continuing back to back. Transitioning.
15, 16.
Flying Diarrhea is starting to build up a back to back of his own, but it's gonna have to break. Meanwhile, Coldless is still going with the back to back. Finally breaking, but it's a 29 spike. And Coldless, or Flying Diarrhea, cannot lift that.
7-7. Loving this one so far, honestly.
Yes, they are tied up now. We got LST from both sides. Truly incredible. Both
Coldless
sides.
nice and high up. Oh, well, they were.
Both sides are like kind of trying to build up the back to back here.
Diarrhea having to break it, but Coldless just hanging on.
Cole is breaking it, but not enough to kill. Ooh.
Diarrhea. A couple of bad misplaces, and Coldless.
Yeah, Coldless pulling ahead. Is it are we gonna have an upset?
Bad misdrop. And another awful misdrop.
Yeah, and Cole's just continuing at the LST.
No real solution. Oh, you're kidding.
Oh my god. Okay, Cole finally having to break. Gets a big spike, but not enough to kill, which that just means that Flying Diarrhea now is a bunch of garbage to send right back. Cool, they're now building it, or both players now building up the back-to-back here. Flying Diarrhea breaking, but doesn't phase cold at all. Yeah, both players here have really strong back-to-backs. It's been really nice to see. Oftentimes, several times this round, or this match, I guess, we've seen back-to-back matchups where they're both at like 10 plus back-to-back.
Oh yeah, I mean, Polis is just, and then obviously Flying Diarrhea has a very, very intense playstyle that definitely makes the game interesting, if nothing else.
Yes. PCO into perfect clear from both sides. Kind of crazy. Oh my god, the
Perfect, perfect clears may be mechanically dead, but they live on in the hearts of the player base.
So true. Oh my god, the crazy down stack from Flying Diarrhea.
Still on going back to back.
Actually. Yeah, Cola is now the one spamming back to back. Flying Diarrhea is gonna start building up back to back here. And Colas did have to break, so this might be Colas' game to lose if he can't build up something to counter the back to back. We see Cold already at an 11 disadvantage here. Gonna start building back to back. But Flying Diarrhea is already at 50. Cold. Okay. Flying Diarrhea
has to break and does not get the full surge that they should. Still give them the win though. Max point.
Sometimes even if the surge doesn't kill, if a follow-up spike can, so can still be quite deadly at the end of the day.
Lines are lines.
True.
Just drop the I think second T-spin setup on the GT cannon.
Fortunately, Coldest is not doing too great, so.
Nope, is this gonna be. Yep. Okay.
And that's game.
It does indeed.
11-8. A very exciting matchup. And we might even see this again for grand finals, but maybe. We'll see. Alright, y'all can look at bracket for a bit now.
Always our favorites.
Absolutely.
Bracket. So it's Amber and Corpy, and then the winner of that against Coldless.
Yep.
Coldless has previously beaten Amber, but has yet to face Corpy, I think, if I'm reading this right.
Yeah, I believe Amber Doodle Corpy has not happened this tournament yet.
Would you like to be warmed, Amber? Okay, that's who knows.
Alright. Good luck, have fun to both players.
We go.
got Amber starting off with some great back-to-back here.
Oh boy.
What was a 4.5 PPS from Amber? Something like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Amber misdropping, not able to stand back-to-back like last time. Corpy kind of going slow and steady, but having to break. Does send a huge spike though, and Amber, I don't know if Amber's equipped to deal with it. Well, they are. Now Corpy's on the back foot, really trying to get down here.
Warpy seemingly just not really fast enough to keep up so far.
Yeah, definitely at a big speed disadvantage.
I mean, Amber is, or I say was 5 PPS SDPC. Currently there. Well, it's not SDPC anymore.
Nah. Yeah, Corby was not able to kill even when Amber had such a awkward board state, but Corby's choosing to just continue back to backing, which is a very respectable choice.
Backing to backing to backing.
Got some great backtrack continues and the 31 spike that kills.
Who won? Okay, still early. Everyone has a point. Everyone's happy.
Amber got the eye spin there. Corby managing to hold on for a little bit. Finding continuations I wouldn't have thought of, but
But what can you do, really? I mean,
Amber once again back to backing at like 4 PPS.
Amber with a really oppressive playstyle so far, but it is working out for them.
Never mind.
Well,
I noticed
whoopsie.
I noticed Corpy has been still making use of sort of like traditional spikes, like multiplier spike stuff, like more than other players, and seems to be working out for them, actually.
You know, multiplier, assuming it is still around and all. Yeah, at least to some extent. I don't think, yeah, Corpy does not really have a response there.
Both players was
I forgot to
getting
be watching. Whoopsies. Hold on, I'll find.
yeah, and both players at back to back times 12. Corpy breaking finally, but Amber, okay, Amber breaking as well. And sending a massive spike to Corpy.
Amber's just still stacking on. Corby has at least a little bit of back to back now. Nothing really shocking. Oh, Amber with an unfortunate misdrop there, but not really being punished for it. The Amber APM machine really does just keep on keeping on, but Corby has actually been keeping up exceptionally well this time.
Yeah.
He's on back to back train.
Oh
Oh,
no, the T piece misdrop from Amber. That SDSD that Amber set up might actually have just given Corpy enough time to get out of the situation.
honestly, really surprising. I did not expect them to live through that one, but now they have, and they have gotten right back to building up back to back, breaking back to back, spiking.
Corby misdropping that eye spin. Really unfortunate.
I will say, Amber's, kind of control of the speed of the game, really forcing Corby to speed up, mean that we are not really able to see Corby at his best and most back to backy. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, definitely working out for him, preventing Corby from really getting any of those massive back to backs. But
Ooh, Amber greeting up there. But getting down.
living exceptionally, yeah, that was
Massive 33 spike. Sending Corpy all the way up to the top. Ooh, Amber getting the PC right there.
Amber breaking back to back with that one. Corby seemingly doing all right on the get down. A little bit of not necessarily cheese, but not exactly the cleanest down stack to go.
Corby's got some really clean back to back here. Oh, I think Corby might have misjudged.
Unfortunately, no avail there.
Hmm. The Corby here really building up that back to back. Finally
And
breaking.
one
Oh, Amber's misdrop.
misdrop plus no near eyepiece in queue.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Oh, Corby was something of a revitalization effort, but Amber ultimately takes it in its match point.
Oh no, Corby misdropping right there. That's not gonna be. Gonna bode. Yeah. GG's.
GG's. It's the win for Amber, I believe. And since Amber and Sharky have yet to play, we won't have to do a bracket reset, I think. So, God bless. In any case, I mean. Thank you for posting on the Hummingbird Nest account the crying emoji. Oh, that's Potato. Okay, that's a person I know, surprisingly. There are a lot more people in here than I thought there were. I'm just going to move on from that realization.
And by here, do you mean like watching stream or?
Oh, I mean, watching the stream, not in this VC. If I thought there were more than two people in the VC, I would need to see about my medications. But no, no. I don't think that the oh no it's coldless amber. I missed a game. Obviously, silly me. There's another game that needs to be played before we get there. How very silly of me. Are we nice and warm? Is everyone coldless? Okay. Guess we're doing it. And I actually don't know whether there would be a warm up if one person says yes and one person says no.
I would
Um,
go for yes warm up.
okay. Like if one person's like, "Yeah, I would like warm up," and the other guy's like, "No, go to hell. I hate being warm. Just be as stale as possible." Amber needs a small break. Okay. Well, I have nothing to talk about, so I assigned that job to Flower, I guess, which is not something that I have the mandate to do, but gonna say it anyway.
Well, um, uh,
Nothing fun to promote?
do I have anything to promote? I did not prepare anything to promote.
Wow, so irresponsible.
Yeah. Let's go gambling?
What about Stratosphere 100? Since that's a thing I imagine is coming up. Is there anything fun planned for that, or
Probably not. Oh, thank you, Narso D2, for the raid. I actually caught it this time.
more people to awkwardly flail in front of? Very appreciated. First time chat from Raider. I don't. I'm not really sure what that means. That's fine.
It means they came from the raid and they're a first time chatter.
Oh, okay. What what is available with these rewards?
Oh no.
Lock a random sub emote. Send a message in sub only mode. I don't know what that is.
Well, basically, I can turn on sub only mode where only subscribers can like talk and chat, and then I guess you can use that
Oh,
to bypass that.
join the streamed matches room is really funny because I'm commentating and already there. I'm going to waste a third of my points that I never use to do something I already do. I can make the commentator say something. I am the commentator, so I'm not sure why I do that one either. But
You could make me say something.
yeah, but why would that be? Why would that be something I won?
I don't know. You could make me say something silly.
On-screen emote. I read Kappa as Kafka and got really excited, but it is not in fact Kafka. Yeah, Amber, just let us know. You know, whenever.
Currently, since Amber like just played, so they're currently taking a bit of a break before we start again, just for the audience's benefit.
Yes, thank you.
I guess if there are any raiders in chat who are not like in the Discord, you can join our Discord. Um, for if you like to get notified of streams, participate in our tournaments. And yeah, anyway, we are going to get into warm up.
Thank God. I was just about to start reading news articles if we didn't. Like, I opened up the news app, was going to start talking about which mountains still have snow on them.
Oh my
It
god.
was getting really bad. No one would have liked it.
And we're going
Okay.
4.8.
Warm up over.
9 seconds. Alright, and then we're getting into the actual game. This is losers finals, so this will be determining who gets into grand finals on the losers side.
This determines who the best loser in all of Hummingbird is.
So true. And yeah, and once, like, whoever wins this will be playing against Flying Diarrhea.
Which is not, in fact, a symptom of a mosquito transmitted illness, but an actual player. So, lest anyone was confused about that.
Yeah, Cold kind of just like, oh no, Cold miss dropping at the top of their board. Not really too great of a time to miss drop.
Yeah. Honestly, probably the worst, actually, technically, really. So, for everyone out there who plans to misdrop horribly, try to do it at the bottom of your board.
Yeah, great insight from Vara.
Yeah, when you're going to misdrop, keep in mind where you're doing it.
Right. Wait, oh my god. Okay, I missed a raid again in my inting. Thank you so much to Edge for the raid.
Thanks, Edge.
Huge shout outs to Edge. Mr. Edge TE himself.
Oh, a 9-person one, too. Okay.
Yeah. Bro, we got like so many raids today.
We have had a lot. There are certain other contexts in which we interact where that sentence would be horrifying. But, and having a lot of raids is actually a good thing. So.
Yes. So true. Subscribe to HT. Most truest comment ever made.
The most true.
So true.
1 million scientists have reviewed it, and it came back fully true.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 scientists agree.
Yes. That was a really fun skim Amber did with the T-spin there. Like they built a what's it called? The one on top of the other, on top of another T-spin that they hadn't yet to clear. That was pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're tied at 2-2. I feel like it was in a while since we started the game. I think these rounds have been kind of
We've had a couple long ones.
Yeah.
That may not change depending on how well Amber recovers from that early opener misdrop. Badly. So that was a quick one. Yay. SDPC, so real. Hold this is a kind of unfortunate misdrop there. We're 3-3. Are we gonna do the inching to the end thing again? I love it when that happens.
So
No,
true.
no one is allowed to leave.
But
Amber missed SDPC. And Coldless absolutely taking advantage of it. That's a normal 4 pieces per second. And now they've switched again. I really hate that it does this.
yeah. It's so
You're,
confusing.
you're a moderator. Can you make it stop? That's totally within your power, right? To just like fix them.
Yeah, I have complete access to the code base,
Obviously, obvious as moderators do.
Yeah, as one does.
Just get deep to do it. He's like an admin, right?
No, he's literally the same rank as me.
Oh, okay.
We got Amber starting to build up the back to back here, but breaking before it built
Sure.
up too big of a surge. And the PC from Coldless, but miss dropping the T
He's
spin.
Um, Coldless does not. Okay, I guess they do live forever. I was just about to say Coldless does not live, and then they lived. So sure.
As one does.
They're now at a pretty sizable back-to-back disadvantage, but they have been. Or Denver can just die. That can happen. I react with the slash side frowny face too, Amber. Worry not.
Mm.
No one has back-to-back. The world is in a better place.
Alright, Cold's getting into the LST, but doesn't even need to build up too far to kill Amber.
World with a small lead now. That should go somewhere, I'm sure. It'll have an effect. Amber stacking up really well. Coldless not. Oh. Coldless very barely hanging on here. Amber unfortunately having to break, so. I mean, I guess Cold lived that round at least. Bout, I should say. I believe bout would be more correct. Cold really just staying alive was whatever worked. Now we're getting some back-to-back again. 4-7. There is actually a sizable difference now. The Amber won that one while I briefly looked away.
Amber got a big spike, but Colas is just not phased at all.
Well, kind of deciding what to do there. Goes for maybe the worst option, but just stacks into something that works out. So that was a pretty clever donation on Coldless's side, though. They have been keeping up that back to back, which Amber has not been. They are high enough that a bad misdrop could get them, but
Ooh, Coldless misdropping though, having to break, but does it kill? It kills.
yeah, 5-8. Amber is 3 points away from Coldless, who is 3 points away from winning. So Amber with a very powerful burst there that is not actually enough to get Coldless off the map. And so we return to okay.
Yeah, I feel like Amber has some crazy bursts.
Maybe we should have let Amber rest his fingers a little bit more. Oh well.
uh, Amber misdropping and didn't really have a great board state. Coldless at match point, just one more point to get into grand finals.
Amber half the game away, but a little
Okay,
less now.
Amber taking a point. Comeback time.
Oh, maybe actually. Coldless kind of losing control of the game so far. It could
You know,
happen.
this is all just maximizing player suffering. You know.
Real. That is the central goal of these here nests.
For real. Ooh. Amber
I
get
bet
down.
I'll have some like weird, deranged, psychotic, like breeding habits or mating habits. So you know what? I'm sure it fits in with the theme. We can find some dirt on hummingbirds that'll excuse it.
Amber
Almost just
really at the
a
surge disadvantage here. Not a great position to be in. Yeah, cold. Oh, cold miss dropping though. Probably gonna need a break soon if I had to guess. And sending the massive spike,
oh,
game-ending spike.
that's kind of a fantastic note to end the game on.
Yeah, just like crazy back-to-backs from cold. And we're gonna see the Flying Diarrhea Coldless rematch in Grand Finals.
Let's v Shark.
Alright, looks like we're gonna have a warm up here.
Please don't make me do bracket reset. Please don't make me do bracket reset.
Yeah.
I guess
Hold on.
that's technically cheering on a specific player, but I don't even know who it is. So I'm really just hoping
Yeah.
that in the ride that allow me to be more late. Okay, let's warm up.
Cool taking the warm up here. GLHF. And this is Grand Finals for the grand prize of $5.
Man, $5. I might have to become one of the best Tetris players ever in the hopes of getting that.
So true. So true.
I'll just have to get so good that I could beat the number 8 player in the entire world.
Absolutely.
Easy stuff, really.
Truly all in a day's work. Anyway, Flying Area is setting up a TST tower.
This is their second one. I feel the need to make really clear.
It's setting up
A third
another
one?
TST tower. Er, 24. Okay, 24 is by
Ah,
Erm. Flying Area once again going at it with a back-to-back, having to break though. Crazy spike from Flying Diarrhea. Flying area, kind of running away with it a little bit, flying away with it even.
Flying away with it is really bad, and I'm not going to acknowledge that you said it outside of noting that that is my feeling about it.
I understand honestly.
The only person allowed to make shitty jokes is me, okay? You're the be of some quality. That's the price you pay as the hummingbird nest owner.
Yeah, yeah,
The hummingbird of nest.
truly. And Cold's board is
That was kind of unfortunate. We're 6-0. Um, could be better. Could be better.
Okay, Cold's back to back, kind of good, kind of good. Breaking,
This
but
bug.
Cold is going like a little bit faster than Shark this round. Ooh, Cold getting pushed up all the way to the top.
7-0.
Alright, we see Flying Diarrhea building up a crazy 17 back to back. Cold has a bit of a back to back, but still at a huge disadvantage. Flying Diarrhea breaking, but Cold not breaking. It might be Flying Diarrhea's turn to get Surge Spike at some point, but Cold's still going
Not
strong with the back to back so
still.
far.
Yeah. 26.
Finally
Okay.
breaking, and Cold takes his first point of the
At the
set.
very least, no sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Flying, breaking back to back. But. Oh no. Let's go coldless. Okay. 2-7.
Comeback time? Oh. Oh, Flying Derby, I think, misjudged the height of the DT. Unfortunate.
Coldless kind of catching up. We may yet be surprised by the result. Another round for Coldless.
True comeback.
Honestly, even funnier than one player wins one, one player wins one is one player wins seven, and then the next player wins seven.
Finder, you're greeting a little too hard.
7-5.
Oh no, coolest misdropping. Cleans it up? He's crazy
Oh,
with it? Ooh, the Trinity from Coldless.
brutal for back and forth. Just
Crazy all spins from Coldless, keeping back to back. Now Flying Diarrhea is trying to respond with a back to back of his own, but both players break. The Imp Cross from Flying Diarrhea?
they're just going ham at each other.
Yeah.
2 minutes in and still 150 APM from both sides. No sign of slowing down.
Wow, Coldless has been going crazy with the like S-spin triples. Alright, Flying Diarrhea setting up a nice 7-2. This could be bad for Coldless. Never mind, Flying Diarrhea breaks back to back, but Cold is still getting pushed up. Anyway.
5-8. Five nine. Coldless was a really solid comeback, but unless they've got a second one of those. 19 back to back on Coldless right now.
Wow, Cole is cleaning up the board with some more all spins. Just not letting go of that back to back. But there
Might
he
have to.
pops the breaking finally, but it's a huge spike. Doesn't kill?
That was wow.
Yeah, Shark's survival there was just crazy. Alright, our Coldless setting up the back to back again. 18 back to back, 19 back to back. Flying Diarrhea at a big disadvantage back to back wise, but Cold breaks without killing. And Flying Diarrhea takes another point, bringing this set to match point. Tournament point, even. Because this is a grand final, so Flying Diarrhea wins, then he takes it all. Yeah, Cold once again, building him a back-to-back, but breaking before it can really do some serious damage.
Oh,
But Flying Diarrhea, I think he's trying to go for the TST, but try to cancel out of it.
Coldless misdropping there, what is presumably supposed to be a triple double opener, and Flying Diarrhea just PC looping. Does not get the kill because this is not, in fact, the good old days. But nope, now it's Flying Diarrhea's turn to misdrop, and God, misdrop they do. That is spectacularly. They do get out of it again.
Yeah, Flying Diarrhea with a huge back-to-back here, continuing to build it up, but Cold is also building up a back-to-back at the same time, so it might not be such a big advantage.
Or it might be. Hold on, hold on. They got the.
Oh, and that's game. GG's. Flying Diarrhea taking the tournament.
GG's indeed. Very impressive showing from a lot of very impressive players.
Yes.
Thanks all for coming. I don't know what we do at the end of these, so I
Yes.
will just disappear into a large void.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Let me do a little bit of shilling. The classic Discord donate. Yeah, so our Discord, we run all of our tournaments from there. So if you ever want to play or just like hang out, you can always join. If you are ever so inclined to donate to help us out, you can donate at donate.hummingbirdnest.net. This all goes towards funding our tournaments, which you can actually see what we use all the donation money, or is this a command? There you go. What all of our donation money goes towards, in the spreadsheet finances.hummingbirdsnest.net. So we are fully transparent. I'm not trying to steal your money for my personal use. Um, and yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Let me set up the raid real quick. All right. Yeah, we'll be rating I Can Has Dorito slash Lifeline slash Never Let Me Go. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, for playing if you played. Have a good day, night, morning, afternoon. I don't know, wherever it is, whatever time it is for you. Hope to see everyone around. Goodbye.